What's up, guys? Welcome to a new game. This game is a tie for what is quite possibly one of my favorite games of all time, and it is Star Wars Battlefront 2. So this really comes from the heart, guys, when I say that I'm very excited to be doing this game, and I'm probably going to have an entirely separate video dedicated to just how much I like it and my experiences with this game, my past with it, so you guys really know where I'm coming from when I say this.
Was sandy, chaotic. Nothing at all like the simulations on Camino. Of course, that's pretty much the way it was for all of us, wasn't it? All that breeding, all those years of training. It doesn't really prepare you for all the screaming or the blood, does it? Frankly, I'm still amazed we ever made it through the first hour. Never mind the first day.
Alright, so we're going to be going through the campaign. This is the Rise of the Empire campaign. This is the training mission. I'm doing the training mission just so I can talk a little bit more about the game and be condescending and assume you haven't played it yet. And go over all the classes and all the vehicles and all the differences between them and all that other crap. This is the PS2 version of the game. I also own the PSP version. I do not own the Xbox version yet, but I plan on getting every version of this game because it's awesome. This is Geonosis, which is the completely botched version of Geonosis that's in this game, unlike the awesome version from Star Wars Battlefront 1. And if anybody has a good reason as to why they changed this level for this game, then please let me know, because I absolutely adore the Geonosis level in the previous game, and they completely botched it up here. So anyway, we are playing as a regular soldier class. This is the first class that's available to us during the training mission. We are equipped with a DC-15 blaster rifle, a blaster pistol, and 4 thermal detonators. In Battlefront 1, we had every soldier class or every faction in the game had a secondary grenade, which was either a concussion grenade or something similar. We don't have those in this one. In this game, we don't need concussion grenades because the thermal detonators can damage vehicles. So, and to prove my point here, I'm going to be demonstrating how, for some reason, the game does not allow us to kill this immobile EMP'd Hailfire droid using our weapons. We can deplete its health all we want, but it won't let us kill it until we throw a thermal detonator at it. Believe me, I tried.
Good job, but the droid army is hit.
So,
Capture the down tech.
in the campaign, where it's going to be going through several unlockable objectives here, we complete one and unlocks the other. And generally how this is going to work is we have a fixed amount of reinforcements, and if we run out of reinforcements, we consume a reinforcement by a unit having to respawn, and so that's basically how many kills the enemy needs to be able to defeat us, while the enemy has unlimited, and we win by completing all of our objectives. In the training mission, however, both sides have unlimited reinforcements, which means you can die an unlimited amount of times, and the battle will never end, which means you can practice combat essentially all you want. So now we captured a command post, and command posts are where our units are allowed to spawn, and another way to winning battles in instant action mode is to capture all the command posts. That means that there's no real deathmatch in this game per se. It's just a conquest mode where you capture all the control points essentially. It's all control point based, and you're dealing with large scale maps here with units that are pretty frail, honestly. So we're playing as a new class here. That's a new feature to Battlefront 2, is we can use the triangle button to swap classes at the command posts. We're now playing as the Engineer class, which is the recycled pilot skin from the previous game, who was awesome because he could repair vehicles just by sitting in them, but lame because he had this stupid arc bolt caster electric beam weapon that sucked and had an obnoxiously long charging time to be able to kill droids with it. In this one, all Engineer classes have a scatter gun, so he is basically the shotgunner. And the shotgun is actually good in this game. So our objective now is to get into this heavy vehicle called the ATTE and destroy the enemy spider droids. Sorry if it's going a little bit too fast here. There's more going on in the game than I have time to actually explain it, so I'll have to explain some of the stuff as we go. But the ATTE is a heavy vehicle. It's a base vehicle. It is its own command post. It is so large. And it has 3 positions, and it automatically restores. Actually, yeah, it restores its health if. Actually, I don't think it does automatically restore its health. I think you do need an engineer with a fusion cutter to do that. But like I said, it's a walking command post, and they added that. That's actually also a new feature for this game, which is good if you're trying to move an army towards a fixed location, but bad if it gets destroyed. The other vehicles that can there's only a few vehicles in the game that can do this. The Imperial AT-AT, and all shuttle vehicles. So we'll be getting that when we get to the space battles. So this is our special class for the Republic faction, the Jet Trooper, who has a jetpack. He also has a commando pistol, which is like the regular blaster pistol, except it can be rapid fire. It can fire as fast as we can pull a trigger, which is awesome. I wish everybody had the commando pistol. He had the commando pistol in the previous game as well, so nothing has really changed here. What has changed is our primary weapon, this EMP launcher, no longer really emits an EMP. It's just a regular explosion, so it just looks like a regular rocket launcher, which is cool, I suppose, but it doesn't do nearly as much damage as a rocket launcher, so it's very misleading in that sense.
The CIS are holed up in the cliff bunker. Get up there and take over that post.
Alright, so our next objective here is going to be, we're going to switch over to the... Well, we get to capture that CP up there, and then we gotta swap over to the sniper class, so I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. There are droids hidden around every map near the command post. You can see them on your little mini-map there, the little white dots. That's a gonk droid that can give us more ammo, and there's also a medical droid that can restore our health. They can very easily be destroyed by random thermal detonators that are flying around the map, though, so you'll have to bring out your engineer class to repair them with a fusion cutter. While the command post is neutral, it can be contested if other enemy units are in the area, leaving it neutral. But if no one is in control of a command post, no one can spawn there. So you can actually delay the end of a match by leaving a command post uncaptured and then killing every enemy on the map. Which is pointless, I know, but believe me, these are the kinds of things you discover when you play this game as much as I have. Alright, switching over to the sharpshooter, who has obviously a sniper rifle. When you swap classes, your ammo carries over from your previous class. If you've already used a bunch of your ammo or whatever, you'll have ammo that's proportioned to that for that same class. So if you waste all your ammo with one class, you can't just swap over to another class and have full ammo. You have to actually get more ammo. So on several different maps, when you get that pronged reticle indicator there, that's when you get a headshot. The unpronged one is a regular hit detection. So many maps have indigenous species that participate in the fights. In Battlefront 1, there were a lot of neutral classes. In this game, they're all allocated to one side or the other. So in Battlefront 1, you had unfriendly classes like the Tusken Raiders on Tatooine that would fight both sides, and you had ones like the Jawas that would help both sides. But in this one, all of them are either on one side or the other. So the Geonosians are all on the Separatist side, of course, and we have to kill them. They're incredibly weak, but they have this weird, nasty sonic cannon thingy that's really annoying, and they can fly around. So they're just a minor disturbance here, but they don't count as our kills for that objective there. Only droids do. Every vehicle in this game has a weak spot, and so using the heavy trooper here, who is our rocket launcher guy, our heavy weapons guy, you can, let's see, I'm going to swap over to the engineer to repair this gonk, try to get more ammo for his rockets. But you can lock onto enemies with the rocket launcher in this game, and it takes a lot less time than it does in the first game. But however, you won't be aiming for that vehicle's weak point when you lock onto it. So you got to know where the weak point is first, and then you can score a critical hit, which I'm going to attempt to do. Also, in the previous game, all heavy units, rocket launchers had a different amount of ammo in them. Like the heavy trooper, for instance, had a clip of 2 rockets. The Rebel Vanguard had a 2-rocket cluster that he would launch out. Such is not the case in this game. They're all balanced. So that was a short-lived class, unfortunately, because that's my favorite class. I love his design. He was actually called the ARC Trooper in Battlefront 1 until we realized that the ARC Troopers are stupidly overpowered, and that would not make sense for an infantry unit. The ARC Troopers are more like the commandos you see. So here's a new feature with Battlefront 2, which is the Jedi Characters. We're now playing as Mace Windu, who is Samuel L. Jackson, therefore he's awesome. He's actually not voiced by Samuel L. Jackson in this game, unfortunately, so we're just going to have to make do without it. Because they couldn't get him for this game, it'd be far too expensive. Anyway, the Separatists also have these LR1K turrets, whatever they're called. Enemies in this game tend to have what me and my brother called turrets syndrome, which is something that plagues AI in a lot of shooter games when they are magnetically attached to turrets. Not to be offensive and make light of anything that may or may not be unintentional pun of Tourette syndrome, but it's just a joke, so leave it at that. The Jedis are stupidly overpowered. They can one-shot pretty much all infantry units using their lightsaber. And they have a lightsaber. Some of them have lightsaber throw abilities and force abilities, and they maintain their health by getting kills. They have a slowly dwindling health meter in the form of a lightsaber there, and the more kills they get, the more it's sustained. They are stupidly overpowered, and if you want to actually play this game competitively, you will not use them.
Take over their bunker to the north.
Really, the only in single player, they're broken. Like, there's no reason to even really use them unless you're just trying to have fun. I will unfortunately have to use them in a lot of the scenarios in the campaign, so I'm going to demonstrate the characters just for the sake of it. Also, friendly fire is off if I didn't mention before, because I don't want to end up killing my own guys. That would make me sad. And also, you save a lot of points that way by not having your guys kill each other, and especially during space battles.
Good job.
So I hope I didn't get done nearly explaining half the things I wanted to here in the training mission, but we still have all the game to go, so I hope that cleared up a few things here. And I hope you guys will enjoy the ride here for one of my favorite games of all time. I'm very excited to be doing this, as you can tell.
Emerging battle-hardened and ready for whatever the war would throw at us.
At the end of every level, we get a team stats here, so we got exactly how many kills I got without dying.